What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. Tonight we're going to be doing the Raw Recap. We started off going over the events of last week in the Intercontinental match with Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. We then go to the ring where Roman Reigns comes out. He talks about last week's match. Then Jason Jordan comes out and says, on behalf of his partner Seth Rollins, thank you. Then Seth Rollins comes out and tells Jason Jordan he has to work on his timing, being this is about Roman Reigns and his moment. And Roman Reigns then questions Jason Jordan's use of the words "we" in regards to him being part of the Shield. Then Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson come out. Then Finn Balor says that I've been running with the club 10 years before you knew Kurt Angle was your dad. They get into the ring. They start running down Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan picks a fight with him. Kurt Angle comes out and he sets up a 6-man tag match for later on tonight. Which brings us to our first match. Sasha Banks and Bayley with Mickie James in their corner versus Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville with Paige in their corner. Again. What? We've only seen these 6 people 7,832 times. Can we at least have some sort of mix-up here? This is repetitive as hell. It was an okay match. There wasn't really much to it. Sasha Banks got the bank statement on Mandy Rose for the win. But please, can we still move on from this? This is beyond old. We've seen these 6 people face each other pretty much since Absolution came into the WWE. Which brings us to our next match, Matt Hardy versus Kurt Hawkins. You can guess it, this is pretty much a squash match. Matt Hardy won with the twist of fate. As Matt Hardy's in the ring celebrating, flashy shit McWyatt pops up. He's standing behind Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy turns around, and then we spend the next, 2 minutes watching Bray Wyatt laugh and Matt Hardy make goofy ass noises. I know that's his character, but 2 minutes, it's a little bit annoying. We then have Elias standing in the ring, playing music, wasting a whole bunch of time just to introduce The Miz. So the Three Stooges come out, and The Miz proclaims he is back on Raw. Yay. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel fight over who got The Miz the better gift. Then The Miz shows that he hasn't lost 1 ounce of his ego, and says to Roman Reigns that he's coming for his Intercontinental title. We then have Enzo Amore versus Cedric Alexander for the Cruiserweight title. This is an alright match. Enzo got busted open pretty bad by a kick from Cedric Alexander. While Enzo was standing outside the ring, Cedric Alexander dove towards him, and it looked like Enzo hurt his ankle. While the referee was counting, Cedric Alexander got back into the ring while Enzo stayed out of the ring, resulting in a countout. Cedric Alexander won, but Enzo Amore remained the Cruiserweight champion. We then have The Bar versus Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. This is another okay match. It really wasn't a whole lot to this one as well. Due to a distraction from Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil was able to roll up Sheamus for the win. I will say this much, at least it was a different matchup, which was good comparing to the matches we've seen earlier today. In a quick in-ring segment, we have Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman cuts a promo about Royal Rumble and the match with Braun Strowman and Kane. As Brock Lesnar is going back up the ramp, he's attacked by Kane. They continue the fight backstage. From that point, Braun Strowman comes in, lays out both Kane and Brock Lesnar. He starts digging through one of the road boxes, pulls out a grappling hook, throws it up onto some scaffolding, and pulls it down on top of Kane and Brock Lesnar. We then have Samoa Joe versus Rhino. This is basically a glorified squash match. Samoa Joe beat Rhino with the Coquina Clutch. Really wasn't much to this match. Like I said, squash match. We then have Asuka supposed to be going up against a jobber, but when she gets into the ring, gets up onto the ropes, Nia Jax comes in and drops Asuka down. As this fight's going on, you can see the jobber running up the ramp, which is kind of funny. Nia Jax stands tall over Asuka. This should be pretty interesting to see how that's going to roll out either next week or at the Royal Rumble. We then come to our main event, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Jason Jordan versus Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. This is actually a pretty good match. They let it go for a good time. There was a lot of back and forth in between everybody. A lot of quick tags in. It seems that Jason Jordan was ignored through most of these tags, though. Jason Jordan caused a distraction with the referee who missed the tag of Rollins to Roman Reigns, which caused a bit of fight between Roman Reigns and Jason Jordan. After all this, the club got the Magic Killer on Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor got the coup de grace for the pin. After the match, the Three Stooges show up and start beating down everybody. The Miz puts Roman Reigns into the skull-crushing finale. Right before they leave the ring, they set Roman Reigns up for the triple powerbomb, and the Miztourage and the Miz stand tall and ending the show. This wasn't really a good Raw. I wasn't too impressed. Most of the matches were kind of okay. I really didn't like the women's tag match because we've seen this 5,822 times. But the rest of the matches were to alright. Wasn't too crazy on the squash matches, but okay. But that'll do it for this episode of the Raw Recap. I'll be back tomorrow for the SmackDown review. Leave a comment down below what you thought of tonight's Raw or what you thought of this video. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.